One of the things I remember, John, was that moment when you showed me a site that Jimmy had done for you with the radar, and we were able to go through it layer by layer by layer. And it seemed that that was the, I don't know what the word, apogee of delivering the picture of geophysics to us in a way that the camera could understand. Where was that?
I think that was 10, 12 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, we first saw it at Caerwent, the Roman villa. And as you say, you peeled away the layers. So if you take a loaf of bread and you slice it vertically, that's how we used to look at radargrams, a vertical section.
Yeah.
And then we took the loaf of bread on its side, and it was then sliced that way. So at the top, you had the turf, and then you went through the foundations and into the bedrock and the soil below. And we really got accurate information on the depth of the foundations, which was, yeah, quite stunning at the time.
And what often we get asked, I always remember, do you remember that television series that Mark Horton did? I can't remember the name of it.
Bone Kickers.
The Bone what?
Bone Kickers or something.
The Bone Pickers, yes, which was...
Kickers.
Kickers.
I think.
It had Hugh Bonneville in it, didn't it?
Did it?
It did. A cast of thousands. He was the somewhat bemused looking archaeologist. And they would send the geophysics team out and to a graveyard, and they'd come back with little shapes of figures on the geophysics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Body shape.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, fantastic kit that. We never had that.
No.
I always thought that would have been really useful for us to have, but I think in all the years, the one thing I remember you saying is, you know, you can't do graveyards with this stuff.
There's no such thing as a bone detector.
No. Why is
I'd be
that,
a rich
John?
person if we had one.
Why is that?
Because most techniques work on contrasts. And if something's got an iron component, then it's magnetic, and you look at magnetic contrasts. There's no iron in bone, so you can't see it. Other techniques look at water contrasts. Well, the bones are too small. If you had soaking wet bones in soaking wet soil, you just wouldn't see anything. There isn't enough mass in the bones for there to be a contrast using moisture techniques. Bones aren't magnetic. The difficulty with skeletons is when you dig a hole, you put the skeleton in, there's no properties in the bone that are really measurable by geophysical techniques, and the soil that goes back in to the grave is the same as has been dug out. So if the body isn't inside a coffin, be it a wooden coffin, a lead coffin, or a stone casket, unless you've got that other coffin, you won't see the bones.